There is a pencil that is considered the perfect pencil, and we've got one.
Let's talk about that. Good Mythical Morning.
Now, you don't have to be into pencils to be into this episode, to be into this show. But if you are, this is it for you. This is going to be the pinnacle of Good Mythical Morning ever. But we're going to talk about the perfect pencil. You've done some research. Am I right here? Why do I care? I think the reason why I care, just to set it off right off the top of the bat, is that I like to know the best of everything. And I might not be the guy who owns the best of everything. There's certainly people like that. You know who I'm talking about. I don't know who I'm talking about. You know, those people have to have the best of everything. Oh, I don't just use pencils, I use the best pencil.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people.
Purists.
This is it for you.
That's
This is the
why I
pinnacle.
wear silk underwear, because I'm a purist.
This is the pencicle for you.
Okay, a little history here. The pencil that is considered the best pencil ever is the Blackwing 602. This thing was introduced in the 1930s by a guy named Eberhard Faber, and it came with a slogan, half the pressure, twice the speed. Apparently, it was the perfect graphite. You didn't have to press that hard, and it was smooth. And all of a sudden, they became super popular amongst all of these screenwriters and playwrights and people. They were kind of mind-blowing.
But also animators, right? Because I'm thinking, people use keyboards now. They screenwrite on keyboards and things like that.
Right.
But even now, it seems compelling to me that people who hand draw animation and stuff like that and like do the penciling thing.
You mean like the animator for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the original? His name was Seamus Culhane, and he was buried with a Blackwing 602 in his hand. That was his request. He loved this pencil so much. Not making this up. Okay, so what makes it so great? First of all, it was different. At the time it came out, all pencils were yellow, and it was black. Woo, that's awesome. But it also had a removable square eraser that was slightly wider than the pencil, so the pencil would not roll, and you could also
That's smart.
replace the eraser perfectly because it fits in there with this nice little holster. But the graphite was what everybody loved. It just had this amazing feel and texture. Now,
It was softer.
this thing has been used by all kinds of people. Stephen Sondheim, who wrote new music, the composer for Sweeney Todd, West Side Story, Into the Woods, the animator Chuck Jones from Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Dr. Seuss, Quincy Jones, the producer, Truman Capote, the writer.
So Quincy Jones is sitting there producing Thriller, and he's like got this black pencil in his hand.
Yeah,
He's like,
he insists upon it.
yeah, I'm gonna make notes on Thriller. Maybe this is what's gonna compel me to start using pencils again. Becoming one of those guys who has a laptop in front of him, but I'm writing on a pencil and paper.
Well, yeah. Man,
I think it could happen.
We're on the verge of that. Well, let me tell you. Okay, so they discontinued this thing in the 90s. You can still get them on eBay.
That guy was buried with all
It's
of
like $50 to $100 just for one pencil now. But the
them. $50 to $100 for an original.
the copyright ran out, and then California Cedar and Pencils.com bought the copyright and reproduced the Blackwing 602, reintroduced it as the Palomino Blackwing 602, a pencil that we have here. That's still pretty pricey. I think you get a dozen for $20, but it closely approximates the original one, and people are raving about this and saying that this is as close as you can get. When you write with an original and you write with this one, there's lots of people who can't even tell the difference.
Now, here's what we have done. We have designed a test where we can experiment with this said pencil and find out if it is as magnanimous as everyone claims that it is.
Okay, so each of us have drawn two pictures. One with the Palomino Blackwing 602, and one with this girly pencil with a flower eraser. And the first thing, I'm gonna show you one of my pictures. I want you to guess which pencil I drew it with, and then I want you to just critique my art because I feel really good about this.
Okay.
I even signed my name on it. Mine's kind of a PSA message for children.
Hey kids, don't pet fans. Wasn't this morbid?
I showed this to my kids and I said, "See, kids, what do you learn from this?" And they were like, "Daddy, wow." Shepard said, "Daddy, you're a great drawer."
Drawler. You drawled it out?
I was like, "I know, son."
Okay, so I need to see the other one before I can figure out which one you did with the Blackwing.
Okay. Well,
Okay, so here, pretty much the exact same thing.
no, there's a few differences. Notice, just look closely. Shepard, my 5-year-old, picked up on these differences very quickly.
These fingers are already cut off on this
he
one.
already stuck his other hand. This is like Really, kids, don't pet the fan. Look, you've already lost all the fingers on one hand, and now you're losing every finger, including the thumb on this hand.
Ooh.
See that?
Now, you can only draw a removable thumb with a Blackwing, I think. But now, having worked with both of these and knowing that this girly pencil is it's very hard compared to the softness of the superior Blackwing. I think this is the Blackwing here. No. Yes, this is the Blackwing here with the thumb missing.
Correct.
Yeah, because, I mean, you just there's just more dynamic range to the pencil.
But what do you think about my drawing? It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
His hair grew longer from the time you drew this one to the time you drew that one.
I loved the way the Palomino Blackwing 602 felt. And I was just like, oh, I'm really going to fill this hair. I'm going to give him a sideburn and, yeah, really get in there with it.
Now, I think this should be framed and thrown away.
All right, well, let me see what you did.
Okay, now, let's see. Let me show you the right one first here. Okay, here we go. I call it Robot versus Dolphin. I asked my kids, what should I draw? And they said, well, you should draw a robot playing tennis with a dolphin. I was like, really? What should they be playing tennis with? And they said an ear, which is weird because there's a body part that has been taken off of your piece of art that I knew nothing about, and then there's a body part that's been severed in mine too.
Weird. It's a weird connection.
Knowing nothing about what you were drawing.
You have an ear flying through your picture, and I have fingers flying
It's
through.
crazy.
No, what if his ear? Don't listen to the fan, kids.
Well,
that would have been crazy.
Mine's not a PSA.
Oh, I noticed that the dolphin has a buzz cut. He also has legs with flippers on him. That, my friend, is not a dolphin. That is an accident of nature. I noticed that the robot has butt cheeks, which is pretty much the only thing that matters about the robot. You have a person officiating the match, and they're sweating.
Nope, look closer.
Oh, they're bleeding. You color in the drops to make it blood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can do that.
Why is he bleeding though?
Because they're playing tennis with his ear, but he's still officiating.
You didn't think that was cool?
This is more demented than mine.
Well, that's what my kids told me to draw. So here's the other version.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is up with your dolphin's butt?
I'm not good on proportions.
That's the most obscene thing I've ever seen.
Well, when I drew the butt for the robot, I thought, you know what? When I
need a dolphin butt too.
I need a dolphin butt, but
well, you got one. The robot also has a codpiece. There's some. You got some issues, man.
My kids liked it. My kids were like, "Wow, Dad, I didn't know you were such a good drawer." And they didn't say drawer.
Both of these look very middle school.
Different perspectives of the same event. So I could show the butt of the dolphin.
Okay, so what's the conclusion? What's the conclusion about the?
Well, which one do you think I drew with which?
Oh, this one is definitely the Blackwing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Night and day.
I'm familiar with the Blackwing at this point. But you know, the interesting thing is I almost feel like the ones without the Blackwing look better because they're lighter and they've got more opportunity.
Well, the
for
black
different
it's not an artist pencil, right? I mean, but animators use them.
So is this the best pencil ever? I think is the question.
But there's there's pencils, but there's whole pencils that animators use, right? Like a whole range.
I think that it is an incredible pencil. I think that it feels great. It was much more fun and relaxing to draw with the Palomino.
I'm bringing pencil back because of this.
But it's interesting that maybe just because we don't know how to draw, I feel like our ones without the Palomino looked better. Just, my opinion.
I know how to draw, according to my kids. I'm a good drawer, and you're a good drawer. Mm-hmm. You know what time it is.
I'm Carly from Toronto, Ontario. It's time to spin the wheel of Mythicality.
Okay, we should frame these up and we should send them out or something.
Just space. We could send them to Mars with a haiku.
We could attach them to like a carrier pigeon and see where they end up. A love letter to muffins.
Huh. We got pencils. We can write.
You really want to draw on the back of yours? Okay.
Dear Muffins.
You're just so fluffy.
I love your tops and how it just hangs over the perfect amount.
It reminds me of my body after I've eaten.
I want to see some drawings on the community.
we're going to pick the best one that's submitted to the community, and then we're going to pick the best two. The best one of my approximation gets my photo, and the best one of yours gets your photo. It's not a photo, it's a picture, actually.